Good evening, I'm David Niven, and it's my pleasure to be your host this week on the Dick Powell Theatre. Our show is a most unusual one, with the most unusual cast. Our play is entitled Thunder in a Forgotten Town, and it stars Jackie Cooper. Co-starring with Jackie will be Dewey Martin, Susan Oliver, and Robert Emhardt. But that's only the beginning. Our special guest stars will be, and to keep out of trouble, I'll name them alphabetically, Edie Adams, Milton Berle, Joey Bishop, David Janssen, and Pat O'Brien. That's quite a cast, isn't it? So sit back, and in just 1 minute, we'll be back with Act 1 of Thunder in a Forgotten Town.
Afternoon.
Hey, what's fuss?
Hello, Mr. Perkins. John Reardon. I'd like a room.
We heard you was killed in the Korean War. They said you was dead.
Well, they exaggerated a little.
You ain't dead.
No. All right, if I sign, or would you like to take my pulse first?
Ah. Go right ahead, right ahead. Got a nice room, top of the stairs.
Fine.
How come everybody thought you was dead? Funny, isn't it?
Tickles me every time I think about it. The room?
I'll show it to you. Nice room. 3 boys from this county was killed in that war, including you. Come think of it, you was the very first. At least we heard you was first. Folks gonna be mighty surprised to see you back. Nice room. Light and airy.
I want a shade in that light.
Afraid I ain't got one.
Well, then get one and give me another room.
No, expect I can find one someplace.
Does Kenny Morgan still live around here?
Sure he does. Always lived here.
Well, some people move, you know.
Not if you're mayor of the town, you don't.
Ken?
Been mayor for 3 years. Good one, too.
How much is the room?
$5 a night, $25 a week.
You want to be paid in advance?
No. Shucks, no. I expect I can trust a fellow who, well,
Died for his country.
Hello?
I'd like to see the mayor, please.
Well, he has some people in with him right now. Could you wait?
Sure.
Won't you sit down? He should only be a little while longer.
Thanks. You do that very well.
What?
Type.
Oh, well, guess I do.
You do.
Thank you. Was the mayor expecting you, Mr.
Reardon. John Reardon. No, not exactly.
Well, he does have an appointment at 5 o'clock, but perhaps he can... Excuse me. Yes, sir. No, he hasn't phoned yet, but I will, yeah. Oh, and Mr. Morgan, there's Mr. Reardon here to see you. What? John Reardon. Yes?
John?
Hello, Kenny.
Oh, Johnny. I can't believe it.
I can't believe you're such a big shot here.
It's some kind of a miracle.
Old friend of yours, Kenny?
He sure is. Ad Wiley, John Reardon.
Hello.
Pleasure, laddie Buck. Hey, this is Jack Baird. You remember him? He's our sheriff now.
Yeah, sure. We tangled a few times in school.
I thought you were dead.
No, I'm not.
I can't get over it.
Oh, Ad, Kenny, don't forget. We have a 5 o'clock meeting with Hancock.
Well, listen, don't let me interrupt. I can come
I'll
back.
handle that meeting with Baird alone. You stay here with your friend.
Thanks, Ed. Come on. Wait a minute. Hey, and cancel all my appointments for today, will you? We're gonna have a beer. Come on. Oh, and Cal John Reardon, huh? You remember old man Johnson's wife in the window?
I remember, but I didn't think it was funny.
You wouldn't tell her who threw the rock because you thought it was me? Turned out it wasn't me, it was Hank Turner, and he told her it was you.
And I got the whipping. That's why I didn't think it was funny.
Hey, Freddie, another drink, huh?
Fine place for the mayor to hang out. A pool room bar.
Well, we have more council meetings at that pool table than we do in the courthouse. It's our civic cultural center.
I thought we just came by for a couple beers.
You're on occasion. Now, drink up. We go by the hotel, pick up your stuff.
What for?
Well, you come by the house, you stay there. I got plenty of room.
Oh, no thanks, Ken. I'm all settled. Anyway, I'll be leaving tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, I just came back to see the old town. And you? Maybe Charlie Garth.
Yeah, Charlie moved to the coast a couple years ago.
Oh?
Hey, John, I think you ought to stick around a while. A lot of people want to see you.
Name two. Look, Ken, after my folks died, I caused a lot of trouble. I think if you and your dad hadn't taken me in, this town would have built a special reform school just for me.
A damn tuttle on of it. Well, you can't stay at the house. At least you can come by for a good dinner, huh?
All right.
Freddie, I got a housekeeper now. And not only is she a great cook, but she's the prettiest girl in town.
It's about time. It's about time, Mr. Kenneth.
Emma, I apologize.
You said this morning that you'd be home at 6, and if you expect that meat to stay tender, well...
Emma, this is Mr. John Reardon.
Hello, Emma.
I do. Well, go on in, and I'll dish up the food, but don't expect it to be good. Bringing home company this time of the night and expecting everything to be just fine.
Ain't she, Doc?
Kenny, this looks great.
That should look like home to you. That is, if you could see it. Wait a minute. Now, Emma likes to conserve on electricity. She doesn't like to see any of the lights left on. What's the matter?
Nothing. Just something I gotta get over. What do you mean? It was just a light, Ken. I was in a POW camp, Ken. I figured that.
And I thought if you wanted to talk about it, you would. If not...
You're a good friend. Maybe that's why I came back. To prove to myself that somewhere in the world I have a good friend.
Didn't you make any friends anywhere else after Korea?
Well, I didn't get exchanged right away after things ended up over there. The communists kept a few of us to practice on. To study the Western mind, I think they said. I was in a 6x8 cell with a bare light. 24 hours a day, that glaring, miserable light. 6 months ago, they sent me back. The Army put me in a hospital in Washington. So for the last 10 years, I've been observed, so to speak. I'm tired of being looked at, Ken. I want to do some looking on my own. I got a pile of back pay, and tomorrow I'm going to take a bus up to Reno and have a ball. They got a different kind of bright light up there.
I'm sorry, John.
Oh, I don't want any sympathy, Ken. I only stopped by to say hello, because your friendship always meant a great deal to me. I guess you're the only guy in the world I ever trusted or had any faith in at all. Hey, Your Honor, could you take a couple of days off and come up to Reno with me?
Yeah, you can't tell.
Talk about it.
Come on.
When Eddie Doyle deals, he always aims to please. New shot. It's 18. 25, that's not the name of the game. How do you do, sir? I see we have more action.
Are you more active?
I must be.
Any insurance?
I don't think you got it.
I'll get it.
Let's hope it's catchy.
Well, can't win them all.
I'd like to win one.
It's my limit.
Here.
I don't know you.
And you never take candy from strangers. Deal.
Friendly man, friendly game.
I'd like a drink. At the bar.
You may still be a winner.
Are you a winner?
Not always. You?
I'm not sure. I'm over 21.
So am I.
Lady, you're a winner. Take it.
Are we before or after dinner?
I'm still before lunch.
2 dried-up martinis.
Do you have a name?
It's Reardon. John Reardon.
I'm Helene Jackson. Having fun?
I just got here.
Me too. Yesterday. I want to go to Vegas.
Why? This is supposed to be a happy town.
We should drink to something.
People who have to drink to something shouldn't drink.
Shouldn't even be here at all. But the modeling business is slow, and, well, I just feel like having a ball.
That I'll drink to. Here's to having a ball.
Waiter. Waiter.
Yes, sir?
2 martinis, please.
Well, I was thinking about tonight. 2 martinis?
Have you ever had martinis here before?
We had some last night.
Oh, well, last night the night bartender was on duty.
That figures.
In the afternoon, we had the afternoon bartender on duty.
So?
So I'm trying to tell you, he makes the world's worst martinis.
Well, what do you suggest?
I suggest you wait for the night bartender.
Doesn't this guy make anything good?
The way he shakes, he's lucky if he can pour beer.
2 martinis.
That's definite.
2 martinis.
You must be nuts about olives. 2 martinis.
I like the way they look out for you up here.
I like it better here myself now.
I thought you wanted to go to Vegas.
I still do. Why don't we rent a car and drive up? Might be fun.
I have to wait here.
Oh?
A friend of mine said he might come up here and join me for a few days if he can get the time off.
You did refer to your friend as he.
I did.
I still say we should go to Vegas. Couldn't you call your friend and have him join us there?
I suppose I could.
We could go tonight. Or are you the kind that likes to stay in one place?
Lady, from now on, I don't want to stay in any one place for too long. I think Vegas is a great idea. Why don't you go pack and I'll meet you in the lobby?
Half hour?
No longer. Hello, operator. This is John Reardon in room 412. Would you get me Mr. Kenneth Morgan in Muroc City, please? Thank you.
2 martinis. Oh, your lady friend chickened out, huh? Smart girl.
I'll drink them both.
You want to bet? Thanks.
Hello, Emma. This is John Reardon. Is Ken home yet?
Mr. Ken, he's dead.
He's what?
Mr. Ken is dead. He was murdered.
That'll be $74. You're lucky we didn't get a ticket for speeding.
Here. Take my bag over to the hotel.
Which hotel?
The only hotel.
Sheriff? Sheriff, he's come back. Reardon. Mm-hmm. I knew you'd want to know. Right.
So you're back, huh?
Hello, Mr. Banfield.
20 years I lived next to the Morgan house. The only time I was ever sorry was when you lived there.
Were you home the night Ken was killed?
I'm home every night.
Did you hear the shot?
I must have heard 100 of them. I had the TV on all night. I like it loud. That answer your question, Sheriff?
Just file all this with the other correspondence under Freeman.
Yes, sir.
I know this is hard on you, Annie, but we have to get the office cleared up. Kenny would have wanted it that way.
I know, Mr. Watt.
You come back for the funeral?
No, for the man who killed Ken Morgan.
I'm working on that.
From the seat of your pants?
I said I was working on it.
A housekeeper tells me you think Ken was killed by a burglar. Why?
Well, the housekeeper was out that night. Ed Wiley went by Ken's house around 10 o'clock. The lights were on, the door was open. He walked in, found Ken's body on the floor. He called me and I went right over. The doctor said he'd been killed around 9 o'clock with a .38 caliber slug.
You find a gun?
No. But a back window was open.
The front door was open as well as the window. A burglar usually leaves by the way he came in.
You see, Ken had taken some papers over to his secretary's house about 8 o'clock. He left her house around 9. We figured he went home and opened his front door and saw the burglar who shot him.
Well, now, that's very simple, isn't it? No gun, no clues, no suspects. What makes you think it was a burglar? Nothing was taken. Or was there?
I've told you all we know. Now, if you want to stick around for the funeral, all right. But don't make trouble.
Trouble? Got a few questions, make trouble?
Get off my back, Reardon.
I'll get off your back when you get off your rump. Mr. Wiley, I believe.
Just Ad. Everybody calls me Ad.
Yeah.
I know how you must feel, laddie. We're all grieved around here.
Yeah.
Ken was a good man, good friend. Matter of fact, I was the one that got folks around here to thinking this town should be headed by young men, bright young men like Kenneth. I'm late for a meeting. I gotta get.
Mr. Wiley.
Just plain Ad.
One just plain question. Why did you stop by Ken's house at 10 o'clock that night?
I gotta get to that meeting. I'm always going to meetings. Matter of fact, I had one with Ken at 10 that night.
Isn't that a strange hour?
Yeah, I gotta get going now, but if you want to talk some more about this, you can find me relaxing at the pool hall come this evening. That is, if you're gonna stay in this town till this evening.
Oh, I'll be here. Until I find out one thing.
Such as what?
Such as who killed Ken Morgan, laddie buck. Hello.
Mr. Reardon, is there something I can do for you?
Yes, I'd like you to talk to me about Ken.
I'm sorry. I'm not quite up to it.
I'm not being sentimental. I'm just trying to find out as much as I can about what happened.
I'm sure if you talk with Sheriff Baird...
I have.
Well, then, why do you want to talk to me?
Baird says that Kenneth stopped by your house about 8 o'clock.
Yes. I had typed some papers at home, and he wanted to check them there.
And he stayed about an hour.
Well, not quite an hour. He checked the papers, and I fixed some coffee, and then he said he had to leave.
Had to leave?
Well, yes, that's what he said.
Well, he apparently just went straight home. Why did he have to be home at 9 o'clock?
I'm sorry, Mr. Reardon. I have an awful lot of work to do.
Yes, yes, of course. And I have a habit of upsetting this town's routine. I'm sorry.
Mr. Reardon. I'm the one who should be sorry. I know how close you were to Ken, and I'd like to talk to you. It's just that I have to get the office cleared up.
What about later today?
It should take all day.
Well, this evening, then, we could have dinner. That is, if you're not afraid of being stoned to death by your neighbors.
Oh, I'd like to have dinner with you. I could meet you at 8 o'clock. There's a little cafe right across the street.
8 o'clock. Mr. Johnson?
Yeah?
You still got the house in back of the Morgan place?
Nice break, Sammy. Nice break. Well, hello there, laddie buck. Boys, this here's John Reardon. Maybe some of you boys remember him. Frankie, you lived in this town all your life.
Sure. You remember me, Reardon?
Not offhand.
Well, that's because I'm younger than you are. I was too young to even get in the Korean War. Too young to get captured and sit on my duff while my buddies were getting shot at.
How's that?
Oh, we heard all about how you were a prisoner. Say, tell me something. Is it true that some of you guys didn't come back right away because you kind of liked the way those commies treated you?
Now, Frankie, you pay him no mind, laddie buck. Oh, laddie buck, this here is Sammy Turner. He's a councilman, but he liable to be our new mayor. How do?
I'd like to talk to you, Wiley.
Well, that's what we come here for. We play and we talk and we just take things easy.
Sure, go ahead and talk, Reardon. You speak Chinese? That's about enough out of you, kid.
Now, he's right, Frankie. Now, you go on out and get yourself some fresh air. Right now, you hear me? One ball down there. Oh, you want to talk about Kenny, huh?
I just wondered why you went by his house at 10 o'clock last night.
Fact is, we're going to have a little talk about the big doings tomorrow. There's going to be a big rally at noontime.
What kind of a rally?
Oh, we're celebrating the 50th anniversary of this fair city. There's going to be speeches and free beer and a band.
And you're still planning on holding it?
Laddie buck, there's nobody mourns the death of young Kenny more than me. You knew him, like I knew him. And the last thing that Kenny would want would be for us to cancel that rally.
You're wrong, Wiley. There's something he would have wanted even more.
What's that?
To have been there tomorrow.
Somebody who wanted to talk. You were awfully silent during dinner.
I just couldn't get this celebration out of my mind. What a lack of respect for Ken.
Well, they've been planning it for a long time.
Tell me, what did Ken think about this ad, Wiley?
Seemed very close. I never heard them argue.
And Sheriff Baird?
Got along well.
I guess to live in a town like this, you gotta get along with everybody.
Is that why you don't like the town?
The town never particularly liked me, and the feeling was mutual. Me against the town and vice versa. I only came back here to see Ken.
No. It's funny. I'd never heard Ken mention you, but the morning after you left, all you could talk about was you. It was very emotional.
Well, he thought I was dead.
It wasn't just that. It was finding out what you'd been through for the past 11 years. We kept talking about that over and over. And then he wrote you the letter.
What letter?
Didn't you get a letter in Reno?
No.
Of course, you wouldn't have. He was still writing it in the office when I went home, and the next morning I found it on my desk with a note to mail it to your hotel.
That would have been yesterday. Must have gotten up there today.
Well, you can phone them and have them forward it to you. This is it.
Ken said he was going to try and join me in Reno for a few days, if he could get the time off.
Well, maybe he wrote to say he couldn't.
Maybe.
Well, thank you for dinner.
Ann, one more question. Can you think of anyone who might have had a reason to kill Ken?
Oh? Say it was a burglar.
Baird and Wiley say it was a burglar. I mean, did Ken have any enemies? Anyone who might have wanted to...
No. Ken was liked by everybody. Surely you don't think.
I don't know what to think.
You act almost as if you think the town is trying to cover something up.
Is it?
Of course not.
I don't know. Baird doesn't seem to be breaking his neck to catch this so-called burglar. And this celebration tomorrow, that's a fine thing. Ken's dead and nobody seems to care.
Oh, just a minute now, mister. I see now why so many people in town don't like you. With a chip on your shoulder and a high and mighty attitude.
I didn't come back here to be liked.
You came back to sneer. To look down on this town and say, you're the only one who cared about Ken Morgan. But you're wrong. We all care. But we trust Jack Baird to do his job.
That's your first mistake. I wouldn't trust that guy to catch a stray dog.
Of course you wouldn't. You don't trust anyone, do you? You were through a terrible experience in the service, a terrible one.
Never mind that.
Ken said you were bitter. Bitter when you first left this town, and more bitter when you came back. He said that you had lost your ability to trust.
I trusted him.
Yes, but only him. That's what he said. He said you were running to Reno, and from there you'd run somewhere else. But if you can't trust anyone here, how can you trust anyone anywhere in the world?
Lady, thanks for your interest in my problems, but I'll handle the world later. Right now, I'm only concerned with this town. And I intend to stay in this town and keep probing until I find a sore spot.
I'm afraid the only sore spot is in your heart, Mr. Regan. At the rate you're going, I doubt if you'll find it.
Hey, soldier boy. Got a little something I want to ask you. Hey, soldier boy. You have a nice dinner tonight? Or did you forget to bring your chopstick?
You got a sick mouth, kid.
You want to make it well? Go!
had to cold cuck you last night. You were pounding that guy's head hard enough to kill him.
Well, they jumped me.
Sign a complaint.
You suddenly remember you're a cop? Never mind. This town wouldn't seem like home without trouble.
Take the hint, Reed. Get out of town. Mind your own business while you're here. 'Cause I can cause you trouble, too.
Dared you make me shiver?
Johnny, I heard about what happened to you last night.
What do you want?
I got a message for you. Miss Callan wants to see you right away.
John, I heard you were hurt. What happened to you?
Is that why you wanted to see me?
No. Here, it's the letter Ken wrote you.
Oh, thanks.
Came in this morning's mail, and since the hotel in Reno had no forwarding address, they returned it to the sender.
I can't make a speak. Of course you can, Sammy. It don't have to be long. Yeah, but you know how I am when I get up in front of people. I just tell them how glad you are to be here and say hello. And you should be glad, Sammy. You should be mighty glad. I don't know. It's right you've been in the mayor's office. Come to ask you downstairs. Join the crowd. Annie tells me you got a letter from Kenneth.
You killed him, didn't you, Wiley?
How come you say a fool thing like that?
This isn't a letter, it's a confession. He said he was involved with you in stealing from this town.
Oh, he wrote that, did he? Now, why do you suppose he'd write a thing like that?
He said you two have been stealing from this town for the past 3 years. After he saw me, he thought about it. He was going to make a public confession. I'm seeing Ed Wiley tonight, and I'm asking him to go along with me. But if he won't, then I'll have to do myself what must be done.
Well, that's what he did to his way of thinking. He shot himself.
You lie.
It's a fact. You don't want to hear the truth. If I thought you could have heard the truth, I'd have told you straight out. Oh, go ahead, hit me. Go ahead. Is that going to change the truth any? I ain't denying that. He and I took a little here and there, and I ain't denying that your coming here made him feel bad about it. But the truth is that he killed himself, and with his own gun.
How do you know that?
He called me up. He said he wanted to talk to me. Then he told me what it was all about, and I said, are you crazy? I am about to make no confession. But I agreed to go over to his house after 9 that night and try to talk some sense into his fool head. Well, when I got there, nobody answered the door. I looked in a window, and Ken was lying on the floor. The gun was still in his hand. I went back to the front door and found it was open, so then I called the sheriff over. And we both decided that this town was finished if word ever got out that a man like Ken Morgan had killed himself, and why he had done it. So then we took the gun out of his hand, and we opened the window in the back. Then we made up a story about the burglar. Hey, listen to him down the square there. That's half the townsfolk down there, and they're all of them thinking that Ken Morgan is the finest mayor this town ever had. That letter there in your hand, that can cause me trouble, that's a fact. But it will also give your friend Ken a black name that this town would never forget. I was telling you the truth. I'm usually not very honest, except when I have to be. But I was honest with you, laddie. I'm going to get downstairs and tend to my business. What you do with that letter, that's your business.
I asked him to stay out.
If he'd have only stayed out of Ken's life.
I don't understand.
Doesn't matter. I'm leaving town. Thanks for everything, Ann.
Friends, neighbors, hit the drum, boy. That's fine.
I want to thank you, each and every one, personally, for that wonderful, wonderful music. You all had some of that nice cold beer, because I wouldn't want any of you being thirsty out there while we're up here trying to make some speeches. Now you all know why we're gathered here today. We're gathered here to commemorate the 50th anniversary of our fair city of Murdoch.
Don't you like speeches? I'm leaving, Bear. But I got one last word for you, buddy. When I knew him, Ken Morgan was an honest man. I don't know how you or Wiley got to him, but in my book, you killed him. No matter who pulled the trigger.
Wiley told you about the suicide, huh? I wonder why.
I got a letter from Ken. He told me all about being on the take with Wiley.
Could I see it?
No deal.
He told me Ken was stealing, but he didn't mention he was.
You didn't know about it?
No, I wondered, but I wasn't sure. Could I see the letter? Could I see it?
You know Ken was the only one in this town I cared about or trusted. And he knew how hard this letter would hit me. Maybe he was asking me to do what he didn't have the guts to do. Save this lousy town from Ed Wiley.
Businesses everywhere. And the people happy, making money. There's going to be broad avenues with beautiful tall trees growing and homes on each side. And who do you think's going to be living in those beautiful homes? Why, you are, folks. And I am.
You left?
No, thanks. I'm just walking up to meet Ann for lunch.
I figured you'd be moving on. I thought you didn't like this town.
I never did. I always thought it was pretty sad. Now with all the scandal, it's in even worse shape. Then I'm in pretty sad shape myself.
Good luck to you, Johnny.
Morning, Mr. Johnson.
Good morning. Oh, good morning to you, son.
Thank you for allowing me to spend this hour with you. And I hope you'll tune in next week for the Dick Powell Theatre. Good night.